Hey everyone, and welcome to one of the first of many videos on the Fair Chance Traders channel. This is going to be a channel showing our growth and plays and things I'm seeing in the market. Figured I'd give y'all some heads up and let y'all see about it, I'm an everyday working person, and some of us, are tired of always having to work and barely making it and getting by. Well, let's make a change. Let's make some money in the market, Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, and this is only for educational purposes only. Do with that what you will. Granted, let's dive into the market. So right now we are looking at the SPY. Okay, I'm looking at it on the daily. Let's go to we'll go to the 15-minute. Okay. So right now, let's go. I'm gonna go on the weekly. There we go. That's what I want to see. Now we're going to take a look. So we had that big drop. Oh gosh, that's way too far. Hold on, wait. Why was I looking at the... Oh, I was looking at the daily. Sorry, I'm still trying to get all this set up. First day. Let me just get it set up for us all. Here we are. So we have the SPY right here. Today I had a strong day. Yeah, I mean, not as much volume as the other day, of course, but we had that big drop that came in, obviously with the DeepSeek. We got to be mindful of that DeepSeek AI coming in. But the market did recover strongly, but depending on what the FOMC does tomorrow, that will be key. That's what's going to drive this market. I feel like the market's really just going to stay steady. Some plays are going to go depending on, but mainly we're waiting on that 2 o'clock to 2:30, seeing what the FOMC really does. Now there's a chance they pause rates, which I think is highly likely. It's like a 97% chance, I think, right now, or 98% chance, which will probably happen, which is good, and the market should at least do something. Now, granted, I feel like if for some reason they hike or for some reason cut rates, it's going to spook the markets. Keep that in mind, everybody. Market's going to get a little spooked. And that can be crazy. But stay focused. It all depends. We're going into a new presidency, obviously new SEC and everything going on, obviously today. 4-year anniversary for GME, if y'all remember back then. Good Lord, I remember turning my small account into big money and diamond handing. And took some profits, obviously, but for the most part, diamond handed throughout all of that. And I'll tell you, some nice stuff. That and AMC. We're going to get into that too. But for now, let's talk about the SPY for right now. For right now, I am looking at a few things. We're going to go to the horizontal line and really dive into this. So I'm hoping that, let's say the FOMC pauses rates. I think we have a strong chance for the SPY to actually make a push up to probably... could make that gap fill up a little bit, up to that 605.50 probably. We're going to say 605.50, 605.55 range right there, a little bit up more. Let's see where it's at after hours actually. So right now after hours right at 604, obviously cooling off a little bit. But I do think we could take over that 605 over here and then make a push depending on how the market wants to do. Obviously nvidia, a big driving force of the in SPY as well, but Apple holding up the weight, keeping that in mind. But we did have all-time highs literally not long ago. Do I think the market can go past this and soar? I do. It just all really depends on what the federal government really decides to do tomorrow, honestly. That's what the market's kind of on edge for too, mixed with the DeepSeek. It ain't just DeepSeek causing this, it's the market plus DeepSeek here, with AI and everything else. But I think if we can retest 605.55 and hold strong there, we have a good strong ability to actually make a push up, maybe go eventually over the course of the week to test all-time highs once more. If not, I do feel like we will have a breakdown. And I do think we could eventually drop back down to that 600 range if the market gets spooked somehow, to almost that 595 range, depending on how spooked the market gets. But I don't think that will be the case with the pause. I think we will have at least a sturdy grind, maybe a 1 to 2%er, but hey, that'd be perfect. You know, a little growth, nothing crazy. But let's get into the next stock. I want to talk about a big one today, Holo. Whew, look at that on the weekly. That's crazy, right? Yeah, this is back in December. I bought here, you know, $1, some change. Perfect stock when I bought. Boom, 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 boom. Brought it up to that $9 mark. Obviously, a lot of things happened. Sold, luckily, and took my profits. Bought back in right around here. And then now we had this the other day, which went up all the way to about, let's see, what was the high? 259. That's what it says the high was. Let me go on the, oh, oops. Cancel that. Let me make sure I'm on the daily. Yeah, I am on the daily. Really. Pretty sure that hit a lot higher than 259 yesterday. It will not tell me yesterday's. Okay. Yeah, good to know. Well, maybe it did only hit 259. I thought I could have swore it was pre-market. It was up a little bit more, like 280, but then lit market. Yeah, you get a good point there. But right now we are looking at this hammer candle right here. This is something I'm liking to see. I'm seeing build up on the option activity. I'm seeing build up where buyers are slowly holding it down with the hammer candle right a second. Now, I want to say hammer candle. It's a little higher right here, but then again, we will eventually. I'm hoping to see this. This is what I'm hoping to see right here. I'm thinking within tomorrow being the Chinese New Year start, I'm thinking we'll see this in the pre-market. You know, a little up, then probably back down, leading into something like up to here probably, going into probably the 280 range. If something crazy happens. Let me take away that trend line. There we go. It all depends on if volume can pick up. That's the key thing right now. We had a big sell volume there, but then it was a big buy volume as well. Big high volume. Volume did stay higher than average today, which is key. And buyers were still here holding the ground, and we built up a little bit, which shows me accommodation, where people are accumulating their shares, which is something good to note. And with option open interest picking up a little bit with now Holo having options, that is something key too, which can lead into something here, because there's IV almost 300% for just the $2 calls right now, which is kind of crazy. But we will see. I'm hoping that if Holo somehow does something like this, I mean, look what happened last time. Boom. Boom, went all the way up to $2.40 next day. Boom, opened at $4.51, up almost over $2.10 higher than what it was the day before it closed. Are we going to get a gap up in the morning? Leading into it, Chinese stocks. Are we going to get a gap up? They're also using DeepSeek AI. Keep that in mind. But honestly, I think if it does pick up big, we have a chance to hopefully get back past this gap fill. I would say get back to that probably that $4 range. We first got to claim the $2 range. And if we can claim the $2 and hold that solid, we can make a push for the 280 range, where we had a big battle around 275, 280, leading into, it was really 270, 290 range. And then we can push to I'm hoping we'll have a chance to push to 4, but it just depends on how volume picks up. You know, if there's no volume picking into it, it all depends on if volume picks in and buyers step in. We got to see. You got to keep an eye on the market, make sure you note it. You know, you can always set your stop losses. You can always set your watch indicator, so it'll let you know if prices drop or go up, so you can, you know, do your stop loss. But we're gonna get into this stock right quick, Wolf. I want to talk about Wolf right quick because I saw this the other day and it blew my mind. Look at that. Look at that. Just the other day, $9.30. Had a crazy day, Nothing crazy. I mean, crazy. You know, the DeepSeek AI stuff. People, well, really, the market kind of with Bitcoin and stuff. Bitcoin picking back up. People were happy. Bitcoin, DeepSeek AI kind of came in. The whole market kind of came down. Then today, on no news really, straight down sell candles. Sell candles. These past 2 days, like straight DeepSeek AI. Then boom, sell candles. Like, that was a lot more than needed for Wolf, I think, personally. I think this is a great buy the dip opportunity. In my opinion, educational purposes, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Keep that in mind. But right here, we picked up and built up again. See, I'm thinking we can make a retest going back up to that 520 to almost that. I say 550 to $6 range this week if the market does something good. I think Wolf can go right back to that, honestly, and then we can work towards building something better. But I think this is a great opportunity. I think Wolf has potential to really be something bigger. Like right here, look back in the day in 2022, end of 2020, end of 2022. Right here, where Wolf was really picking up with the Bitcoin and everything. I really think Wolf can really pick up with Mara, Riot, and other stocks like that. All right, next one. Sorry, I am jumping around. I will always ask, hey, just while you're here right quick, hit that subscribe button if you want to. That like button too helps, you know, more people stay tuned into this. Keep in mind, I'm trying to help provide stocks and things I'm seeing so that way people can look at these plays, see them, and sort of want to look into them themselves, learn more, so that way more people are educated to it. If more people are looking into it, educated to it, more people are understanding it, more people are going to be making money, more money for everyone, then everyone's living a good life. You know, that's what our goal is, so that everyone can be happy, live their lives, and want to take care of their loved ones. You know, that's my goal. But the next one we're going to get into one of my favorites. Oh, I guess not one of my favorites. We'll go to BlackBerry first. I do want to talk about BlackBerry because BlackBerry had a great day today. Great day. I made some good money on my options. I'm happy. You know, not financial advice. But today we had a good test up to that 443 range, which was really nice. You know, I bought back in when it was $2.97. BlackBerry was showing good support, strong volume, showing me strong buyers really want to hold this stock, and I was supporting that. And then look at it. I mean, it's just stepping this way. All right, cool. All right, make a step up, cool off for the week, step up, cool off for the week. All right, let me step up a little bit. Oh, cooling off. Oh, had to need a little more cool off. Little step up. Oh, market kind of came down. All right, ooh, where do I want to go now? Right? That makes you wonder. All right, so let's see. When was the last time? Let me draw the horizontal line so we can really get a straight line here for us. Okay, so the last test. Boom, right there. That 445 is going to be a key level to cross. If we can hold and maintain over 445 and we get some momentum pushing us up to that 450, 460 range, I think we'll have a little resistance right here at the 478, the 480 range. That 478, 480 is something to keep in mind too. So we're just going to call it 480 right there. Alright, you got one test right here, was about the 478, so test there, right over, but came back down. You know, that's some strong tests right here. Almost hit, but stayed within that box here a little bit. So I'm thinking that if we can make a break over 445 and we can make a push to almost 470, 480, and that would be my goal. And then if we can hold that, $5 isn't too far. What are the odds of maybe 6? Granted, it's a lot more money having to be put in. You know, we had all times here, but we've had, you know, things happen. I remember this one, it ran back all the way back in the day. And it was beautiful. Let me see here. So our next chance probably, I would say if our next battle will be probably from 480, it'll be the $5 to almost the I want to say 575, but I'm going to say 550, really be realistic with what BlackBerry's movement's like. But if it picks up high volume like it has been over this past couple, I mean, look at this volume coming in. Green, 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 green. Buyers, 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 buyers. You know, if there ain't no sellers, I mean, obviously there's a seller, but you get my drift. Buyers are stepping in wanting to hit that ass. They ain't worrying about the bid. They're worrying about the ass. They want the stock. And that's something to keep in mind. All right, next play is Pride and Joy. We're going to talk about GME. Granted, GME, we're going to talk about it in the after hours right quick. Let's see where it's at in the after hours. Because for some reason, TradingView wouldn't let me see the after hours. I don't understand that. I have to look into that for y'all. Right now, GME up 15 cents, 260. Hit 27.65. It's not too bad, not too bad. Had a strong day. Today was the 4-year anniversary, of course, and it was kind of like a hit or miss kind of day, honestly. The low volume was something to keep in mind, though. That low volume really stood out to me. We had 3 million volume, not even. Let me see. It was like, what? Average volume of 6.3 million. We only had 3.17 million. So something's drying up here. Something's trying to come here. The market's telling me something wants to go. The market's telling me things are wanting to move. And that's something to keep in mind. Alright, you know, obviously on the weekly, kind of been steady. On the monthly, we've come down, obviously, from where we had that sell-off. But keep in mind, tomorrow, something big could happen. I'm not saying, but 9 o'clock on a Wednesday could be a magical time. EST, that's all I'm saying. If you know, you know. If you don't know, message me. You'll know. But yeah, GME made big moves like this back early 2024. You know, it wasn't much. It was $17. Boom, boom, boom. Over the course of 2 days, $48. It was a higher than that. I think actually like $60, or I think I hit $50 that day, I think, or something. But boom, big moves like that can happen. It just takes a few buyers. Now let's see. Can I look at the option? I can't look at the option activity here. But let's look at the option chain for GME right quick. Let's just look at something. Look at the max pain. Obviously, it's 27.50. So the stock should hold 27.50 hopefully. Which, hoping it can go past. We got 10,000 in the money calls currently. Let's see if GME hits about $28. Could send another set of stocks, another set of options in the money, which could help because we have a lot of options betting against this stock going up this week. Like crazy amount, 141,000. Imagine, think about it. A lot of people like betting that much money and letting it go to waste. Come on now. I mean, obviously people roll out their options, roll for further date expirations and stuff, but I mean, keep that in mind. A lot of people betting some money here. You got in the money puts. I mean, we're matching on the puts to call ratio just about, depending on how deep these puts are compared to in the money put. You know, in the money this is. You know, there are the $125 puts that people are buying in, which are ridiculously priced, but is to control that price, because you know the dark pool's coming through, and the dark pool will be a whole another topic another day. If there's plenty of things y'all want to talk about in the market, y'all just put me a note in the comments. I'll try to read on that, and then we can research more things in the markets. I could tell you a little bit more about how options work. I could talk to you about dark pools, try to understand more of the dark pools. We can really dive into all of this if you like. But as far as puts, you got 20,000 out of the money. Nothing crazy there. So show me, a lot of people are hoping for uptrend. People are carrying over, hoping for that February push maybe if it doesn't happen this January. And then March and April. Ooh, I didn't see the Junes. Junes and Aprils. Oh, tilting up here. People are buying them longer dated calls with that IV being so cheap. The IV being so low makes the option so cheap. Not that many people buying the option. Well, boom, everyone starts buying that option. That IV goes shoo, fly. Then everyone wants it. Then you can get potentially a gamma squeeze if the stock actually starts rising with that. Keep that in mind. I know I'm jumping all over the board with what I'm saying. And there's a lot of charts, a lot of data right here. If you need to, rewind the video, please. And give me some feedback on things I can help with. I think I've gone over Holo, I've gone over GME. I showed up BlackBerry right quick. IWM, just briefly, right now, kind of just like a flat daily. I'm just going to be honest, nothing crazy. But if it makes a push up, small caps will go too, which is key. We want to see IWM go up. I'm hoping that they can make a retest to maybe that 230. I'm really hoping by this week. But if not, we could see probably almost down to that 222 to that probably, I said a 225 range right there, 222 to 225, right around there if we don't see a push up. Stock nvidia, I did want to briefly talk about this. Everyone was freaked out about yesterday, and a lot of people were talking about it on Twitter and everything, freaking it out. Obviously, they were joking about certain things, saying it was going to go to zero. DeepSeek AI really caused nvidia to hurt. Granted, that was a perfect buy the dip opportunity, which I know a lot of people who did buy that dip, and congratulations. Now we want to see if nvidia can actually hold over this. Let's see where nvidia is now, actually, because it ain't showing me the after hours. So let's see if nvidia is holding stronger. Let's see. nvidia overnight down 1%. Okay, $1.27. Let's see what 127 will be for us. Let's zoom out a little bit. 127. So, right. So we got support there at the $90 range. Great support at 90, but then the only other thing you got is 100. Then you got like a lot of. Whew, that's crazy, nvidia. That's a lot of money. I would say right here that 114, 115. Be wary if nvidia, has another candle like yesterday and works its way down there. Obviously, I don't think that's going to be the case. I think nvidia is going to definitely go up, in my opinion. Obviously, my opinion. But from what I'm looking at here, I'm thinking nvidia can build up a strong push and make a push towards that 130 to probably that 132 range, hopefully. And if we can hold over that, I think we can make a stronger push to probably that 136 range. Obviously, it depends on volume. Obviously, a big red volume candle, but then boom, the buyer stood right back in the day and said, you know what, I think I overthought it. Let me buy back in. And then you had new buyers also step in. So you have a mixed bag there. Plus, imagine the rest of these buyers say, oh, wait, we did overthink it. And the rest of the buyers come back. We could have nvidia even higher with the new buyers that came in with that dip. Keep that in mind. But could also, if the market gets spooked, Could come down. And lastly, I think I want to just, well, I'll briefly mention NVIS right quick. A shout out to NVIS. People kind of doubted this one. But I bought down at the 90-cent mark right here with some options. I had my $1.50 call. I actually sold that today and rolled it into a, no, I did not sell that today. I sold my FFIE $1.50 call and rolled that into two $2 calls, which, hey, speaking of FFIE, we could pull that up in a second. I just actually mentioned that. But NVIS right here, just a shout out. I think this is a great long-term play with LiDAR technology and everything. So this is one of my longer term holds, but I do think in the long term we could make a push back to eventually at least $2 to $3 range. We do have a new price target of $2 with that new price adjustment that a company gave out, saying their price prediction was for $2 for NVIS recently. So help build this stock up, which obviously I think $2 is going to be a strong level. But I think we really have potential in building ourselves back up like we once were with nvis. So keep that in mind. Something to keep on your radar, keep on your watch list. Briefly, we'll go over Bitcoin right quick, and then we'll go over XRP. So Bitcoin right now, obviously, we're doing that battle over 100,000. Are we going to hold it, or are we not going to hold it? That's what everyone's fearing. I think depending on what the FOMC says tomorrow determines a lot with Bitcoin. If FOMC, it could be all kinds of things, really. It's really just depending on what they say. I can't really even make a prediction on that, which is crazy to think, because the market could have two different reactions to the same statement, and that's something that's rare, in my opinion, to find, at least in my eyes. But, if we can make a retest over to that 102 to 103, I think we can start working a push to that 105, and then eventually, obviously it's going to be some ups, downs, but and then make a stronger push to maybe that 107, and then see from there. But if not, we could see it coming back down to 99, going to 97, to probably that 95, where you got a lot of buyers holding it. But I think lowest you're going to see this probably will be like 97.5 for a while, unless something big happens in the market, and it could go down to that 95, maybe even 90K. 90K is really extreme if something like crazy happens, like, oh shoot, we're going into recession. We might, but then again, could be doing this at that point, because hey, people are worried about a recession. What's the safe way to put my money? Many things to think about. But hey, I need money too. There's a lot of factors to think on Bitcoin. And I know I'm jumping around like crazy, guys, and I am sorry. I will be more organized for one of my next videos. This is my first one getting started. And I will promise I'll have it written down a little bit more organized for you, more charted out, actually lines drawn and everything. But we will do this. But lastly, let's talk about XRP right quick. XRP. Why? That was weird. That was showing market cap. Okay. Here we are. XRP. Obviously, I remember back when we had Lou versus Wall Street. I remember that. I miss him. R.I.P. Lou. Shout out to him. I remember, we talking about 77 cents for a while, and it came down, won the lawsuits. Boom, look at that XRP now. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Now, here's where you're thinking. You have some profit takers. Obviously, a lot of people want to take some profits. That's a big move. Think about that. Like right here, we'll say, let's say they back held all the way to that tippy-toppy. Tippy-toppy. For them, the amount of money you would make. Wow. That's, boom. You got 100% increase. 2, 3. Whew, talk about some money. You obviously got to take some profits. Not financial advice, obviously, but I do think XRP can make a push up to probably. I wish it would let me zoom up a little bit on the price. There we go. Alright. I think XRP obviously is going to be more of like a crazy thing. I mean, we got, let's see, the past height. What was this past high? So I can be familiar with it. What was this? $3.31. Then we have 2019, 2021. Really, 2021 wasn't that crazy? Huh, interesting. XRP won't. That's something to note. So XRP is doing a little something different here. In mine, I'll have to elaborate that a little bit more. In a good way, though. In a good way. Let's see. XRP right now, I'm seeing. I think it could take a retest up to that. If we can get back over 330, make a strong push, hold 3, push to 330. I think there's a chance XRP over the course of the next couple weeks could potentially reach up to 4 to 450. Maybe even 5. Granted, if it hits 5, I do think there will be a strong pullback to probably that $4 range because a lot of sellers are profit takers. I mean, think about that. If they didn't sell this bag hold, imagine them going from here and selling up here now. You know, that's doubling up on what they had, you know. So that's a lot of money. So obviously, if they wanted to, they would take some profits. That's something to keep in mind psychologically. But then I think we would have a retest, maybe even push back down to the 3. You know, this is over the course of a month here. It's my projection. Depending on, I don't know, it could happen fast, it could happen slow, it could of course over time. You make it go boom, 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 boom. But obviously, that's a lot of money to be thrown into XRP to make it really, you know, obviously build up like that. You know, I mean, look at this volume. You've got lots of volume coming in. But if we end up doing and coming back, retesting, going back up to that $5 range over time, I do think long term XRP could be a almost $10 a coin easily on long term over maybe the course of the whole year, maybe leading into the next year, depending on, you know, there could be potential of XRP ETFs and things like that, so keep that in mind. But after that, that is all. I believe I have talked about everything. I know that was a lot to digest. Thank you for tuning in. This is the Fair Chance Trader. I am trying to make a great experience for everyone and, you know, change our everyday lives so we can really make a difference and actually do something we want to do. Stay tuned.